Hello. Happy 35th anniversary to me and my husband. This is I'm looking at myself, not the camera, not y'all. This is the third time I've done this, and this video. The first time, I think I had a headache. This was a couple weeks ago, and last week I had some kind of strange thing that I've been back to the doctor for this morning, and they took some more blood, but talk about that later. So today's our anniversary, and I think my husband is going to cook shrimp and some other surprise, but I've been trying to do one of those apps, those weight loss apps, and I don't really want his type of surprise, which is usually a lot of calories. He's 6'5" and 300 pounds, so it takes a lot to feed him, fill him up. I have been traveling since we got back. Since we got back from the cruise, I've been traveling some more. My daughter and I went to New Orleans just for a long weekend. We had a great time, and enjoyed that a lot. And then I had to take a quick trip to, trying to think, I think I had just had my mother here for 10 days, so I had picked her up in Tennessee and brought her down, and then I went to New Orleans, and then I had a sudden trip because my 99-year-old aunt was not feeling well and just kind of lying around, and they couldn't find anything really wrong with her, but so my cousin's wife called, and I guess we just really needed to like rally the troops and go see Aunt Dot, and she was so happy. She has macular degeneration, and she cannot hear very well, but she was so happy that everybody was there, and she has all her faculties. She was the genealogist in the family, and she could point and go, okay, now that's Edward's children, and that's my sister Claire's son, and that's my brother Frank's daughter, and she knew who was there from the families, and it was just really, it was so much fun. But since I'm talking about her, I want to show you some of her handwork. I don't think I've shown this, but when they were cleaning out, I guess before she left her apartment and was going to go into assisted living, we visited her actually right before my dad died, her baby brother, and she was giving us some things out of the drawers because she knew she was going to have to be leaving her apartment. And I said, Aunt Dot, there's only one thing I want. And she said, what is it? And I said, I would love to have your crewel embroidery chair, what do you call those? Chair seats. And she said sure, and she went and got them for me. So I have them. I've washed them, but I need to do a little more spot cleaning on them. If anybody has any suggestions, I've done my part, but I need to do a little more, see if I can get some of the spots off. But let me show you those, and I hope I can put my hands on them. Hang on one second. Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks for waiting. All right, so here they are. What I did was I went to the Fur Kids. It's the kitty cat thrift shop for cat rescue, and they had these Pottery Barn pillow covers for $5.99, and they're nice, you know, cotton velveteen, and then they have this on the front, which is a nice soft paisley. But I thought if I bought these and took this off, I could put Aunt Dot's crewel embroidery on the front. So here it is. She was a great hand stitcher, and like me, she was also a lefty, and she preferred hand sewing over sewing machine. I can't remember, is it Elizabeth Bradley or I can't remember what these patterns are. Oh, it's on the bottom, silly me. It is Erica Wilson. So there's that one, and I just love that they're, you know, botanical. That what do you call it? Jacobean embroidery. If I said that right. 100% linen. Nice little kits that she did, and that's the idea. Oh, here's one more. Now, I don't have, oops, okay, this one goes like this. I don't have, really have chairs that these would go on, because, you know, back in the day, the chairs were little bitty chairs. I have, believe me, I think upstairs in my loft I have 17 straight chairs, because both sides of our family collected chairs, and they're old wood chairs. But so anyway, that's why I was thinking pillows. I thought maybe I could do those into pillows and put them in the guest room. That might be cute. What do you think? I mean, some people have said, why don't you frame them? I will show you one of these days, but I have very, very limited wall space in this house. I don't know that we're going to stay in this house, so maybe one day I'll have more wall space, but I also collect a lot of things that would go on the wall. Speaking of which, let's get down to cross stitch. I am finally happy with this revisited. You know, I wanted to make sure it was straight, and I think I finally, where's my little picture? I don't know if I still have my little picture in here, but I think I finally feel like it's actually even straighter than what they had on the pattern as the finished piece. So, as I said, I use that red fishing line stuff that you use to mark, and I think that worked really well. Then I stitched it down. I did it exactly the way they said to turn it under and everything on the edges. So I'm happy with that. And on the back you put that it was an exemplary collection and that I finished it, and I finished it in 2014 or 15, I think. So I just put that down, and the back, put the backing on and everything. Did that all myself, and happy, a finish, yay. It's little, but it counts, right? Then I had another finish. It's little too. This is a freebie. One of my friends had done this, and it's just a little Halloween jack-o'-lantern, what you call it, tree, kind of. I just thought it was cute. This is a freebie on the Primitive Betty blog. I think it's Primitive Betty's blog. This is a freebie. And my friend, I think, had used like gentle arch, some kind of variegated. She had done her pumpkins variegated, and that was really cute too. And I had this wool felt, 100% wool felt, and it's like a dark green. So I just made it into a little cushion, dough bowl filler. And I don't, believe it or not, I have pin cushions I've made, but I don't have dough bowl fillers. So need to make some more of those. And I have some other freebie Halloween patterns from different places, so I'll pull those out. Then I worked on a lot of things. Okay, I worked on, since you saw me, I've been stitching. Just sadly have not had Flosstube time. Okay, I had to take this off my big frame because I started something else. But as you can see, this is all creatures, and I started the Adam and Eve tree, the Garden of Eden tree. And I think I finished her. I might have started these cherries, and I might have done those, and I think I did this. And I was just going along happy, and then of course I switched on to something else. I think what happened was one of my Sal's gave another monthly thing, or another couple of weeks part of the pattern, and I worked on that. And then, then you get off sync. But the reason I took it off my large frame here is because we started a Hawk Run Hollow stitch along at one of our Sampler Guild friends' houses, and I'm doing the houses of Hawk Run Hollow. Of course, I put it in my little, from Staples, I think it's from, what do you call it, little project thing. And I just put this in the front, and then I can't show you the patterns, I'll show you quickly the pattern. And then I just have on each page, I have patterns. This is a list. That's a list of some conversions to silks. And I actually, just through talking to a person on Facebook, we kind of struck up a conversation about her conversion to silks, and then we just started messaging, and I was about to place my order for what I needed because our first stitch along was coming up, and she said, this person I met said, well, I think she did autumn at Hawk Run Hollow, and she said, I've got everything ready to do the houses, but I'm not going to do it if you want to buy my kitted up pattern and everything. And I said, sure, that'd be great. Just let me know what you want for it. And she had light exemplar, and I think they used for the, I don't know, did they use light exemplar for this? 40 count. Lakeside linen. No, it was pearl barley, but she had light exemplar, and it was Lakeside linens, and she had hand-dyed fibers silks. Now, when I started doing Flosstubes, and just like in this past year, I said I wasn't a big fan of silk. I didn't misspeak. I just wasn't well educated. Since then, I've tried to educate myself some more about it, and I found that silk is really like long fibers and strong, like cotton. It actually is a strong fiber, and I don't know, I mean, I'm not used to hand dyes either, but yet when I have started using hand dyes, and I've started using silks, and I'm pretty happy. And I also had not done a lot of over one, and I'm really, I mean, not over one, one thread, 1 over 1 or 1 over 2, and I'm really enjoying that too, to the extent that I'll show you one thing that I was working on that I switched from 2 threads to 1, but that was, I think, because of the count. So I'm learning more about what I like, and I'm just trying so many different things thanks to Flosstube, and thanks to the Facebook. Social media has really brought me into 2017, and it's been great. I just really have learned a lot. I know y'all have too. I know your feedback is that you're like me, you've learned a lot. So anyway, I put together my little book, and in the back they have like a 2-page spread thing. So I laid that out on the 2, what do you call that, facing pages, so that I could see the whole thing together. And I put this on my 36-inch frame, I started it. Now I haven't done a lot. I've only done this much. That's all I've done. But I've got way too much on here, so this will come off this frame pretty soon because I can cut off like about that much on both sides. This is just way too big. But I got scared after I cut wrong on the all creatures and had to, you know, get more linen. So that's why I did that. And then see this cute hawk? Isn't that cute? Caroline, who's hosting the Stitch Along at her house, made everybody a hawk needle minder. I just love that. And I do have needles on there too. So see, I'm having to click this over and stretch this out to get the tension on here, and it's driving me nuts because you cannot get your tension correct if your fabric is folded over because it's too long. So that is my new start, is Houses of Hawk Run Hollow, and I'm enjoying that just like I'm enjoying everything else. So let's see what else. Okay, and I took to my embroidery guild meeting, I just took this little one. I hadn't worked on it in a while. And this is a new needle minder. I have 3 needle minders now. Woo! I bought this one. It's a Kelmscott Designs, and I've seen some people with it, and it's just so adorable. So pretty. Victorian looking. Little scissors. Wouldn't it be cool if they worked? Okay, so here's where I've gotten with this Blackbird Designs Bittersweet September. When I was at, you know how you go to these meetups and then you get off count? Well, I got down here and I realized I was off count by 1 right around in here. So I took some off and I came back down. Well, it wasn't this that I did while I was at the Embroiderers Guild, or Stitch-In. It was this. I had gone up 1 extra in the stem right down there, 1 extra cross row. So it all came out down to there and went all back up again. So yeah, that seems to be the story of my life lately, but it's fun. This is Gentle Art Threads. I really like Gentle Art Threads. Who knew until this year? Okay, then we had the Deborah Dix, Tempting Tangles, Let's Take the Long Way Home, and I am behind on this. I was so caught up. So this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she's already given out 6 and 7. So I am behind. I need to finish up 5 and do 6 and 7. Oh. But you know, I'm not really. I do this for fun. I'm not gonna kill myself here trying to keep up. And then we have when I went on the cruise, you know, I got just up to the legs of Eve, and well, I already had this, and I already had the tree and everything. But I just did the legs while on the cruise, and then I've done all of this lately. I think when Mom was here, I worked on this. And I at one point I started on her hair, and then I thought, well, that looks too. Now this silk was, I think, is needlepoint ink, whatever they call it, silks. This was kitted up this way when I bought it at a going out of business shop here, and this looks kind of silver, but it is the correct color. I went online, looked everything up. It is the correct color. And there's a brown in the kit, but it's for Adam's hair, and there's not as much showing. But then when I put this back in, I liked it. She's fine. That doesn't bother me. It's kind of like a silver taupe-ish kind of color. That's okay. And I also ran out of this color, so I just ordered it from 123 Stitch. So we're moving along on that one. And, okay, so how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that may be it. And then I told y'all that the dogs had, that I was doing the window seat over there, and I went ahead, I found a lady on Etsy. She's in Wake Forest. She and her daughter are working together to do decorative, upholstery. They do a whole lot of window treatments. So I ordered I knew exactly how I was going to do the window seat cushion because I'd practically, done a third of it or a quarter of it or something and then quit. Didn't do it for all these years. So I had her make it for me, and I had her do the window treatment. So she did a great job. I'm always so impressed. It's so professionally done when a professional does it, isn't it? So here's the little scallop valance, and of course the back has got a nice, there it is, beautiful. I love it, and it was a good price. I didn't think it was bad at all, but it's not up because I have funky window issues in here. It's not one thing, it's another. So once it gets up, I'll show you. Then I went to, I have some finds, some thrift store finds. I have a couple little purchases. Oh, there's one that I don't know what I did with it. Maybe I put it in maybe it's in my little kit, and I'll have to pause and go get it because it's really neat. But I was in the thrift store. I actually was in the thrift store today, and I bought, I don't even know what the measurements are. It looks like it might be 20 by 24, maybe 16 by 20. I bought a nice frame. This was a Michaels frame. It's some photograph of a street scene, or somebody took, like a photography street scene. And but it was in a nice Michaels frame, and on the back it said True View quality glass, which we all know is very expensive. So for $9.99, I went ahead and bought that because I'm sure one of these days I'll make some project that's going to fit in there, and I'm going to have that great Michaels frame and nice True View glass to protect it. So I was really happy about that. But of course, that goes in my pile of frames upstairs that I randomly bought, and nothing fits in them yet. So then a week or so ago, I was in the thrift store with my daughter, and we were looking through the clothes, and we found, she found this jumper that, remember those jumpers in the 80s and early 90s, I guess into the 90s, that people wore, and they had a bodice. They had a bodice, and it buttoned down the front, and then it had a skirt. Like, it kind of had a low, a drop waist, and then it had like a gathered on skirt, and it just was so frumpy, but we all wore them. And you wore a t-shirt, like just a round neck t-shirt under it. Well, we found one, and I got it for like $5 or something, because it was nice cotton fabric that has, look, little tiny scissors on it. That's the main part. This is part of the bodice. That's a bodice part. And this is the lining. And it is the little tiny scissors with the cream color instead of the navy. And then I've got all these pockets. Took it all apart. It took me one night while I was just sitting there watching TV. Here's the back of the bodice, upside down. Here you go, like that. So, what did I do with it? Well, okay, there's all of that. So what I did, once I got all that apart, is I thought I would make a large, this large, I think it's 18 inches by whatever Vanna's measurement is, but it's 18 inches across because I have some bigger projects. And I'm following Vanna, but because I don't have a lot of the cream, what I'm going to do is it will be, it'll fold up, and this cream will be on the inside like, gosh, oh, this is why I don't sew. Okay, so it'll be like that. You know, like when you, seriously, this is why I don't sew. Anyway, when you open it up, it's going to be down in there on the inside, like that. But it won't be all the way down in there because I don't have enough. So on the outside it'll look like that, but that will be inside like this. See what I mean? See what I mean? Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to go get the buttons that were down the front of the, which is another reason why we got the jumper. I'm back. Okay, these are the buttons. The cute little buttons that the lovely lady had made and put on, sewn onto her jumper. It is, whoops, let me hold it like this. It's a ruler. It's a ruler. It's a tape measure. A measuring tape. It's measuring tape. Ceramic. Scissors. And a thimble. Now that was well worth $5, and taking that all apart, I can put one of these on my project bag when I get it finished. Or I could make a couple project bags, maybe some little ones to go with it. Okay. I forgot, oh, okay, so many things to talk about today. Let's talk about this. And let me grab this. When I was sick last week, everything fell to pieces in the house. Okay, this Smoky Mountain Christmas. Take this off. Oh, I can't. Okay, Smoky Mountain Christmas. I am up here. Whoops. I am right here in the very first part of it. And I thought that I had started this on 28 count even weave that I just had in my stash. And Dina has finished this, and it's beautiful. She has it framed. I just love it. Because of Dina, I'm doing this because of Dina. But she did it on 28 count, and she did hers 2/2. And I started mine on 2/2, doing 2/2. And I have now taken it all out. I had done, I guess, down to maybe here. I've gotten a little further. But I had put in this cloud part, which is a little bit lighter. And my cloud part I had done 2/2, and I had filled in the full crosses. This I'd only done half crosses like I've already done here. Now I'm doing full up here. But when I did this, when I did it 2/2, it looked really thick and bunchy. That's why I took it out. So I've restarted. This is going to take me forever, but I don't really care. I mean, what do I care? It's going to remind me of my Tennessee home and my mother's house and the bear that walked past her window, and she didn't bother to tell her neighbor that the bear was out there. He'd just been out there. So funny. She said, nope, just went walking down toward the barbecue place right down the middle of the street. You didn't tell Jerry, Mom? No. They're so casual about bears up there in the Smokies. Okay, so what did I, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, things that I ordered. Well, so I said I ordered the silk that I needed, and I also ordered from 123 Stitch some more Stitch Bow floss holders, because you know I do that. Looking up there at my Stitch Bow notebooks, they're all up there. some more, so I got that. I don't know if I showed this before or not, but I love this. I love these. I got 2 of these. I need to order more. Pretty sure they were 1, 2, 3 stitch. And this was cool because I took this to Europe because it has a thread cutter right there. I didn't even carry any scissors. I don't like the thought of losing my little embroidery scissors. And this is what you can put your, I have some on, but it's in the other room. But you know, you just put your flosses on here. And what I did with my Gentle Arts ones for Eyes on the Sparrow is I have a whole bunch of big safety pins that I've gotten who knows where, and I just safety pinned it on through here. And then it says with needle holders. What does it mean? Oh, you know, I just figured that out. These little slots are, you can stick your needles in there. How funny. And then apparently this masking tape you can write the numbers on of your flosses, which I didn't do because, I mean, I can just look at, you know, you can just keep the little cardboard thing on the Gentle Arts and look at it. But I really like this. Whoop! I just dropped it. Anyway, okay, then these, I was talking about my favorite things. I guess that's why I have these in here, because I wanted to tell y'all some of my favorite things. These Magni Clips, magnifiers. They clip right onto my glasses. Don't have them in here right now, but you've probably seen people. Oh, here it is, right here. See, they clip right onto your glasses. You can clip them off. You can flip them up when you're talking to somebody, and they don't look as weird as the big mag eyes that stick out. You know, that if you wear them in public, people are like, what? That's weird. So these are like, I got 2.0s and 2.5s. The 2.5s are a little strong because I wear 3.0 magnifier reading glasses. And this was like $6. Made in China. Order it on Amazon. Love these. Okay, then I had seen this, I think, in Primitive, what's that thing? Primitive Needlework, Cross Stitch and Primitive Needlework, whatever that new magazine is. I think I saw this in there, and it was the one thing that I wanted to do, and I don't get the Punch Needle and Primitive. I don't get the magazine, so I ordered this. I was glad they had this on 1, 2, 3 Stitch, and I ordered it. I think that's so cute, that little Santa's Workshop key. Look at the key, and I realized I have a key. I went to a wedding. A friend's son got married, and it was a, he wore a kilt. He's Scottish, and he wore his kilt, and it was really cool. He had a sword and everything, and they gave these keys. I don't know why I have that thing on it. Oh, I think because I was hanging it up over there on my little hook wall. But I have this key. It's like 3 inches long, and doesn't that look like Santa's key? So cute. I think Farm Girl did this. Michelle, I think I saw that she had done this. It's so cute. So looking forward to doing that probably around Christmas time. Glad I have my key. I'm going to stick my key in there so I don't forget, because I would forget. And then I had gotten this. I love this to put on my sampler wall when and if I ever get them all framed. I got this at the Needlework show, and I did not have, now here I just have one of those hoops. I did not have the colors for it, so I went ahead and ordered the colors. It's all Gentle Arts. Got these colors. And I got the fabric that it calls for, which is Ale linen from Picture This Plus. But look how dark it is. It seems so much darker than what they're showing. And I prefer the lighter. Even these colors are dark, but you know what this looks like? This, to me, looks like Santa's Workshop key. So I might use the fabric for that. This ale is very dark for my taste. I know a lot of people like it, and it's really neatly, I like how they dyed it. It's really cool. Ale Edinburgh, 36 count. Ooh, 36 count. Oh yeah, that'll work for this. So yay. That's 36 count too. Yay. Okay, so those two smaller projects. And then I went to, I'm going to have to pause another time because I want to tell y'all about this place, and I want to go and get the information, and it's on my kitchen counter. So hang on one second. If I can pause. I'm going to have to put this into 2 Flosstube number 5s, so it'll be Flosstube number 5 and whatever 5.1, because I talked too much and created 3 parts, and then it was over an hour. So I will see you hopefully on part 2 of this. Thank you.